Hola, bandidos. Doing a live for a change. Seeing if any one of you is online and joining me. It's Monday, 29th of January. There goes January. There goes the year. There goes the decade. I titled this live Right Here, Right Now, because we got to remember that right here and right now is all we have. And our empowerment lies in acting in the moment, because we tend to fantasize in the head and play things out in the head, and nothing really happens. And here, as co-creators, our clay is this physical world, no? And the way we use our energy. So the fun lies in using this consciously to stop complaining about what's going wrong and to go back to center and realize, hey, I'm the master of this hologram. Not just me, all of us. We're all the one in that sense, no? So what are you creating? We're entering a whole new cycle with Pluto in Aquarius having dug up and zoned into anything that doesn't serve you anymore for you to look at and lovingly release. And reminding us that the ultimate goal is not even enlightenment. The adventure starts once you are enlightened about who you really are, and you allow yourself to surrender into the divine will. It's been a process of evolution, no? First it was us in a 3D kind of headbanging, being like crazy gorillas with our superpowers, not knowing that we're actually creating everything, and then suddenly realizing, oh shit, I'm digging myself into another hole again. Why is that? Well, because you're the one creating it from your point of view, from your belief system, from your energy, from your thoughts. And then the next thing is like, ooh, I can actually create what I want. And you start creating a desirable reality. And the next step is, okay, I'm going to surrender because I see that my personal will is not enough. It can only see so far. So surrender is pretty courageous act because you're literally allowing yourself to leap into the unknown with no preconceived roadmap of how to do it, sauf apart from having your internal guidance system. Hey, Ashraf! Hi! Welcome, welcome. I'm live streaming here. So that is something you probably had to get in touch with or heal, if anything, your trust in your internal guidance system. Because you've probably been born into a situation that completely disconnected you from that, from the trust in your feelings, emotions, intuition, in understanding what they are trying to tell you and not fighting against it. So making a peace trucy, I don't know what the right term is, was one of the first challenges, to stop warring against yourself and to realize that your internal navigation system is there to guide you. And your reconnection with your intuition is there to guide you into the unknown, like a torch, like a lantern. Because so far we've been trying to figure everything out, and it's literally the expression of figure everything out with the mind. And the mind got us spinning in circles, overthinking, overfretting. We kind of burdened our conceptual mind with too much responsibility. We expected it to lead us when it was never meant to lead us. What was supposed to lead us was our intuition, our higher guidance. But first, you had to reconnect with that, no? Trust yourself again. And that's huge. It's huge, but it's the only way. Because if you haven't got that trust, then nothing can really guide you. Nothing out there is going to point you in the right direction. Well, it will point you in some direction, but it's not the one for you because your journey is so unique and so special. And that's the whole point. Ah, Ashraf, you know, well, you probably know a bit of my journey, no? Where my light almost got obliterated. But I held on to that seed, that tiny splinter, fragment, spark of light, and I protected it. And I allowed myself to rest and to heal emotionally, physically, mentally. It's a whole process. But you got to have the will. Like, first of all, you have to decide because your decision, your intention is very powerful. Like, nobody can heal you if you do not decide and choose to declare yourself as whole. You know, people and methodologies can aid you, can support you, and they will because you will be attracting that once you decide, but you got to make the decision. And you got to venture into the unknown because the familiar will just keep us looping in the past because the mind recreates scenarios from the past because it tries to keep us safe, no? And the mind is there to help us automate things because there's a lot of information to process, no? But it's not there to guide us. So we got to accept and respect our different aspects and assign the role they're meant to perform and not to confuse things. Yeah. So if you're still at the stage, I'm not saying still in judgmental way, if you're at the stage where you're still saying it again, where you're needing to heal, that's fine. Like there's no rush. There's no one like we're all on our own journey. Some may seem a little bit more ahead, but you don't know what their plan is, what their life plan is. Just focus on yourself. And know your worthiness. I just listened to a transmission also of Bashar, and he reminded me, yes, self-worth. Like we can't be beating around the bush and trying to fix things if we don't declare ourselves as worthy. Like you are a worthy, divine, eternal being. Yes, in this avatar now, but you are divine. So how about treating yourself as a divine creature? From that premise, only good will come. But if de facto you declare yourself as broken and not this and not worthy, I mean, you can do whatever you want. You're still gonna build on a faulty foundation of unworthiness. So we got to come back home to that innate worthiness that never was in question. Like it's not in question. You can think, feel, do whatever you want. Your innate light is there. It's just maybe a little bit obscured and blocked. That's all. But you don't need to think that, oh, I don't have the light or the light is there. It's like shining super bright inside, but it got blocked. That's why you only perceive maybe a little dim light because you can only see it a little bit through all the accumulation of limiting beliefs and of pain, you know. And I know it's, you know, that's true. It can be there. All that stuff, all those layers are there, but they can be released, worked through love. Yeah. So see how that changes everything. See how embracing the fact that you are complete, you are worthy. You're not broken or anything like that. Like you are divine. And try and repeating that to yourself and accepting that because probably you've been so accustomed to speaking to yourself harshly, negatively, and destructively that it's difficult to even accept that. But that's fine. Just keep on repeating it to yourself. Like I had to repeat to myself in the past, you know, when I was in the rough stages of healing, look at myself and say, I love you, I love you. In the beginning, I didn't even believe it. I'm like, what am I doing? You know, I'm just Am I kidding myself? I couldn't look at even myself straight in the eyes, and that was very telling because my distorted self-perception, my self-loathing didn't allow me to look at myself straight. But I kept at it. I said, I choose to heal. I don't know how. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know. Also having the humility, actually, I don't know. I need help. Like God, universe, divine, help me. I am at the end of it. I hit rock bottom. That is a good starting point to accept that you don't know. You don't know what the next step is. You don't know what you want. You don't know where you are. Then you can ask for guidance and ask for support. And the law is ask and you shall receive. Because once you ask and set that intention and declare, I'm worthy of help, I'm worthy, then the help will come miraculously fast. But you're so powerful that it won't arrive until you decide that that is what you're willing to do. Okay? So, how about trying that? How about not rushing into wanting to fix and heal and mend? How about just going back to base and saying, you know what? I accept I'm lost. I accept I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know nothing. All I know is that I am worthy and that I choose to heal, that I choose my wholeness already. And I will just, by healing, mean reclaim everything that's truly mine and release everything that is not me, all the distortions, all the illusions. Yeah. So it's a slight paradigm shift. Instead of going after healing, you declare, I am whole. I'm whole and holy, and I'm worthy. And see how that shifts things and how you start to attract and magnetize support and help. Yeah. And paradigm shift is what it's all about, a perception shift. Our shift of a perception of lack and scarcity and poverty to one of abundance. Like the kingdom of heaven is here, but we can't perceive it because we've got the wrong glasses on. We keep on looking at what's missing and what's not there and what's lacking and what's wrong in the world and who's to blame. No? That's why counting your blessings is very powerful because you cannot be grateful and worried at the same time. The mind can only focus on one thing at the same time, no? So, what are you focusing on? And remember, you're the projector, the director, the main character of your own movie. You cannot expect the outer reality to change if you do not change. And that can start with a simple declaration because your words are powerful, your intentions are powerful, and your declarations are powerful. And in this process, you need a lot of grace, you need a lot of patience, perseverance, and consistency. Like, don't put a time limit. I need to be done with my healing, or I need to be done with this process at this point in time. I mean, I did that also in the past. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. So I want you, if anything, the one thing to take away from this mini little live stream, there's Charles. Charles and I are with you, is that you are worthy. And that by stating that and declaring that I am worthy, it will put a snowball effect in the right direction. Okay, because your word is powerful. And start telling yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror, because the mirror is very powerful. It's like you're looking at your own reflection. You're talking to yourself. Learning how to say, I love you to your own reflection is very powerful because it's like divine consciousness loving itself. And then if you can say that to yourself, you will be able to say that to other people, because you cannot really generally say that to other people if you can't tell it to yourself, because the other people are you in different avatar bodies. Same as you can't tell yourself, I love you, and then hate other people, because that's like, if you love yourself, then you gotta love other people, because we're all one. So remember, the most important relationship is you and yourself. The way you treat yourself, the way you talk to yourself, is the foundation of all the other relationships. And I'm not saying other relationships cannot help you and remind you to love yourself, but essentially, the main foundation pillar of all other relationships is the relationship with yourself. You loving yourself, you accepting yourself, you nurturing yourself. And once your cup is full of self love, you can share that cup, which will be overflowing. Okay? And nothing is too late, and nothing is doomed forever. We're given chance over chance over chance to remember who we really are and what it means to love ourselves, what it means to come home to love. Because everything else has been separation and distortion and delusion. And even that is fine, because we learned what it means to be separate. And now we're taking all of the wisdom from all that experience back home, because we're going back home, guys. Okay? So everything served you. Just lean into what feels good again. Talk to yourself lovingly. Talk to yourself like you would talk to a little child that you love. How would you talk to yourself if you were that little child in you, which is still alive? Would you reject it? Would you criticize it? Would you abandon it? No. Yeah. So you're right on time. Nothing's lost. We're only learning. And we're learning to make this journey a little less painful and a little bit more enjoyable and loving and exciting. You got to remember what excitement is and celebration. Okay? So that's my little live transmission. I'm going to go into my Patreon now. If you haven't joined Magic Mail and the Love Rebels on my Patreon channel, come and join the tribe. I make extra content there, and you're supporting me also. Know that, I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the energy exchange. You're also helping me. Okay? So join me on my Patreon and declare, I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I love you. See you guys soon. I'll stream more soon. Ciao, bandidos. Let's see if I know how to stop this.